Hey guys, just want to do a quick review here of the Async A1. Now this is not the Pro model, okay? There's an Async A1 and an Async, sorry, I'll keep it like this. Async A1 Pro and an Async A1. Now the problem is with the internet, there's like 100 reviews of this. They're all the Pro model. And I get it, everybody probably wants the Pro model, but the Pro model is $1,000 more. And the way I looked at it is, for about $1,500, I can get a different bike I was interested in called a Bandit. So I'd rather have two bikes that are awesome than one. And I get the other, the Pro model has three advantages. It has a carbon drive here instead of a chain. I like a metal chain. Metal chains have been used for a million years, and they're really great. And this doesn't even have gears. It's just a one gear, so the metal chain isn't, constantly going back and forth. So to me, in a way, metal's maybe even more desirable. I get it, the carbon belt is real trendy and cool. The other advantage is the screen is better, okay? So it's got a bigger screen, but basically it's just like every cell phone screen you have. This one is actually brighter. I like just the blue and white contrast. Now it's simpler, it doesn't have GPS and all that. Your phone has GPS, so just put your cell phone, instead of having two cell phone screens next to each other, I kind of actually prefer this. I like that it's little. It allows me to put, for example, this light here. I had room to put the light, and if you have the Pro model, you don't. This light here is amazing looking, completely cool and modern, not super duper bright. And I'm glad they put this light. I think it's that cool looking, that it should be there. Like, people as you drive by are always looking at that light, like with their mouths open. But you do need this if you're going on a dark road, let's say. So at any rate, you've got the 4x20 tires. My last bike was a 20x3 tire. I like that because I thought it would be more efficient battery wise, but then I also slipped and fell one time in the snow with that little extra bit of extra grip. I don't think I would have. So now I'm back on the 20x4s. Again, it's got the rear hydraulics, front and rear hydraulics, but look, this is a single coil, almost like a BMW style coil, but then it's hidden within the frame. So it's just a real bright design. I thought this actually would not be comfortable, and it actually is comfortable as hell. It really is. It's about an inch, 1.8 inches down. It says it's adjustable. I haven't figured out yet how to adjust it. $60 on Amazon, and now when I'm driving down the road, I can pretty much, take any music I want and blast it and blare it like an annoying idiot. But anyway, the only thing I would have really changed on this is I would have put mag wheels. The motor is unbelievable. It's a 1200 watt motor, I think, with a peak 1500, but this thing cooks, man. It really goes. It's got the full twist throttle, which I really appreciate. I like that. It feels like a motorcycle. A lot of us haven't driven motorcycles. Horn is a little weak, but that's just the way it is. You've got hydraulic mineral oil brakes here that really, you can tell a difference. It really does make a difference. It's the first time I've had hydraulics. I've had hydraulics on a scooter, but not on an actual bike. So really, I was deciding between the A1 and a Bandit bike. They're both great bikes, but this one just is very unique looking and has nothing else that looks like it anywhere in the market. But anyway, back to the Pro. So the biggest advantage to me is that bigger battery, okay? The bigger battery is an extra, double the range, basically. You go from 20 amps to 40 amps, and that is a big deal. The screen, to me, again, I like this one. I like the look of it. It's brighter in daylight than the other one. And yes, it's not as big and fancy, but if you want big and fancy, here I've got the beautiful screen right here. I can do a GPS app, I can do a speed app, anything that the other thing can do that I'm missing on this, I can do here. So yes, it's neat that they give you that ability, but it's redundant. I've got 100 apps that can do GPS. I don't really need GPS on this. Is it cool? Yes. Do I want to pay $1,000 more for it when my cell phone that I already am going to have with me does the same thing? Maybe not. I'd rather save the $1,000, throw an extra $500 in, and now I've got a Bandit bike on the side with the Async as my main bike. So that's just me. Now the one, again, disadvantage is the battery smaller, right? So what I did was, when mine arrived, you can see the little tape here. I know it looks pretty stupid. Well, this tape is just here because there's a little tiny mark in the seat, and I put leather glue there, so this is just to protect that. But usually I have to ride with this here and this here, two little pieces of tape. Now when it arrived, the bar here was bent. Now the company was very professional about it and told me that I could return the bike at their expense but I began to think it was a couple $100 to send it back, a couple $100 to send another one back. So I made a deal with them. If they would send me out a small battery, they're usually $700, I would just keep the bike and waive my right to return it. And I have a buddy who can straighten this out with a welding type thing. So he can correct that for probably, I'll give him $100 to fix that. And long story short, I'm gonna order the rack for an extra $150, I think, with a coupon. It's $199, but you can get a coupon from Async, so it's $150. Real nice heavy duty rear rack. And in the middle, I'm gonna store the extra battery. So it means I'll be able to drive from, as you can see right here, this is called the Cape May Ferry right here. And about 10 miles inland, you know, maybe 5 miles, 6 miles from here is Cape May's city center. Normally I wouldn't want to go all the way in there and then worry about my battery being dead on the way back. Now I'm going to have the spare battery. So if it dies, you know, when the first battery dies after 20 amps, I just pop this sucker open, stick the new battery in, takes a second to change it, put the old battery on the rack, and now you've got a brand new full. It's just like you started out. I've been driving for probably 30 minutes and it's still full. So I just recommend always try and pedal with it, because the most battery is used as you're starting off. So if you just give it some extra pedal, and it's really easy, within a couple seconds it takes over. It's just that initial inertia from starting all that weight from a dead weight is what really uses the battery up. It's Newton's law, but once you're in motion, it doesn't take that much to keep going. So just a recommendation, pedal when you're starting out, and then your battery will last twice as long. So anyway, guys, that's the review of the Async A1 regular model, standard model, not the Pro model. All the reviews online are of the Pro model, so I wanted to give sort of a standard. It's $1,000 cheaper for the standard one. That's a lot of money. And the three things you're missing, everything else is the same. Usually with a lower model versus Pro, you're getting like a weaker motor. Originally they were going to put a 750 watt motor in the main unit, then the Pro was going to get a 1200. In the final model, it's a 1200 in both. You've only got one gear, which I like. Every time I have 7 gears on the bike, I always put it in one gear and keep it there. So I like having one gear. It's very motorcycle-like, at least for somebody like me who's not a motorcycle guy. Really nice, really nice headlights and unique tail light. Every time you go somewhere, you're definitely going to get noticed if that's what you're after. At my age, I'm not really after that shit. I'm in my 40s, but, you know, point is, you know, when I was a kid, we would have killed to have something like this. We had dirt bikes that were gas-powered, but, you know, the batteries just weren't there. And look at these brakes, 203 millimeter rotors with double 4-point double piston brakes, hydraulic brakes, really nice. Stop really good. Pretty much stop you on a dime. I was even worried because I'm about 250 pounds that this, you know, could fall in mid-transit or something, but it's super sturdy, super heavy duty aluminum or metal or something. But it's not even like a slight little, you know, even slight little bend or anything yet. So anyway, you guys, give it a check out. I think you'd really like it. Async A1 just is the shit, really, and will definitely be a unique bike. Maybe not your only bike. Some people like to have 2 or 3, but this is definitely one to put in the repertoire. I have this now as my main bike. I have the TIF Gallop, which is that 38 amp battery scooter that lights up, which is pretty cool. And I also have the Reveiw F9, which is a real badass scooter. So I have 2 really cool scooters. I'm gonna have 2 really cool bikes, and then I've got the 3-wheel and 4-wheel model of the Cyber cycle board, which has a 3-wheel model and a new quad 4-wheel model. So I've got both of them. So basically I'm gonna make a video kind of joking about like a baller, which I'm not really a baller at all, but I mean, like, for the average Joe, if you really want to have the baller E experience, you need an e-bike, an e-scooter, and then some other weird, you know, low rider or 3-wheel or 4-wheel or something. And that way you got 3 different things. If you ever get a flat on one or an engine problem on one, you got something else you can jump to. So check it out, guys. And if you need, hit me up with a link. I can give you a digital coupon code that'll get you, I think, $200 off. So not bad. Peace out.